ሃይ ዮሴፍ አባተ እባላለሁ። ዛሬ ስለ ኮንትሮል ስትራክቸርስ እንማራለን። በዚህ ኤክሰርሳይዝ መጀመሪያው ጥያቄ የሚለን create a new class called using control structures ይላል። So still I'm going to use TextMate. So public class using control structures. Then add a method, main method to the class, and in the main method declare and initialize a variable to represent a person's age. So first we write then we declare and initialize, so integer would be enough, so we declared and we initialized age. In the main method, write an if else construct to print out you're old enough to drive if the person is old enough to drive, and you're not old enough to drive if the person is too young. So let's assume if a person is of age 18 is old enough to drive. So if age is greater than or equal to 18, then now we're going to print you're old enough to drive. See, you're old enough to drive. Else you're not old enough to drive. Okay, so here is the code, and let's compile it. So Java C using control structures.java, Java using control structures, because the person is of age 15, he's not old enough to drive, and if we change the value of age to 18, then he'll be old enough to drive. And if it's more than 18, then definitely the result will be similar to the previous one. Next question is to write a for loop that prints out all the odd numbers from 100 to 0 in decreasing order. So let's continue in the same file. So the traditional for loop will be better for this problem. So starting from 100 to 0 inclusive, then we're going to print if the number is an odd number. So an odd number, when it is divided by 2, is not equals to 0. So print out the number, let's say. So this is the number, then let's say comma, so let's compile it, and when we run, we made a mistake. what is it? Unknown format conversion exception. Okay, this is the mistake. It should have been %d. So, and when we execute, it's definitely correct. So what if I wanted to print a new line? I can use system .out.println without any value, but yes, that's correct. So at the end of this loop, I have to put this statement. So then I'll have a new line at the end. And this is the idea. I believe you can do some conditional statements in order for this to appear or not. So at the end you can have some code to remove the comma at the end of this printing, or even you can make a full stop. So that I'll leave it as an exercise for you. The last one, do the same thing using a while loop instead of the for loop. So before using a while loop, we have to initialize some of the values. So let me first comment out this code, and let me initialize I to 100 here, and while I is greater or equal to 0, then I'll do the operation if I modulo 2 is not equals to 0, then let's print out and in the end I print out a new line. So let's compile it, and then so there's one problem. Let's check it because the program stopped. I'm sure you have already noticed the problem. The problem is we never changed the value of 100, because whenever this is checked and this statement is executed, there is no chance for I to be changed in order to terminate, like we used to do in for loop. Therefore here I have to do the decrement part. So notice how a while loop structure is. This is the initialization part. This is the condition of termination. And this is the increment, or the updating of the loop control. So hopefully it works like the for loop. Okay, so today we have learned a few things about control structures, and that's it. Thank you.